As you start your journey to be better, you need the right hydration and the right minerals found in Summit Natural Drinking Water. Because once you take that first step towards better, bigger, and grander journeys, the first thing you should have in your hands is a water that can take you to higher summits. Summit Natural Drinking Water. Thirst for more.
Welcome to Summit Thirst for Gold SEA Games 2023 Virtual Press Conference, hosted by Sam Corrales. Summit Natural Drinking Water has always been dedicated in supporting our Filipino athletes in their bid to bring our country pride and glory as they compete in the international sports arena. Summit is one with our athletes in their journey to aspire, perspire, and inspire fellow Filipinos. And as we come closer to the 32nd Southeast Asian Games that will take place in Cambodia on May 5 to 17, Summit continues to provide our Pinoy athletes the right hydration and minerals towards their goals to always be greater.
Refresh and replenish with the help of the drinking water of choice by top Filipino athletes. Summit Natural Drinking Water.
We are truly honored that some of the best athletes that are produced like Filipinas, EJ Obiena, and Hidilyn Diaz have put their trust on Summit. So it is for the same reason why Thirst for More campaign was launched to encourage everyone, not just the athletes, to start choosing to be greater even in their own field and in their everyday life. So, to all our Pinoy delegates who will be competing in SEA Games and to our future generations of atletang Pilipino, we at Summit will always be your greatest supporter. Mabuhay ang lahat ng atletang Pilipino. Alright, there you have it. Thank you so much, Miss Francesca, for those very inspiring words. Very well said. Saludo po kami sa pagsuporta ninyo sa galing ng ating mga atletang Pilipino. And guys, since we are talking about the SEA Games, we will have our own version of a virtual games to spice up today's press conference. Alright, so let's loosen things up and lighten the mood with this game. I hope you're all excited. So we will call this Thirst for the Winning Answer. Truth the game. Okay, so I will ask questions about Summit Natural Drinking Water, and you can comment on your answers with the hashtag Thirst for Gold. You can see on your screens a sample answer format. Now, winners will receive exciting prizes from Summit Natural Drinking Water. So here is our first question of the day. The Philippines' first ever Olympic gold medalist Hidilyn Diaz has been a Summit ambassador for 5 years now. Ang tanong, anong taon naging bahagi si Hidilyn ng Summit Natural Drinking Water? Now, please comment your answers now, and our team from Summit will validate the winners for each round, and we'll announce it towards the end of the show, so stick with us. Okay, and now, moving on to our program, the Philippines has been on the spotlight these past years because of the winning milestones of our top Filipino athletes. And syempre, top of our list is no other than Hidilyn Diaz, na ang kauna-unahang Olympic gold medalist ng bansa. And Summit is so proud to have her as a brand ambassador since 2018. Isa rin ang kinikilalang best pole vaulter ng Pilipinas at ng Asia, si EJ Obiena, who is also Summit's current brand ambassador. And as our country continues to hone world-class athletes, we now take pride of the Philippine women's national football team as they continue to break barriers in their thirst for global recognition. Also known as Filipinas, they made a historic feat in the AFC Women's Asian Cup in India earlier this year by reaching the semifinals and, guys, qualifying for the FIFA Women's World Cup for the first time ever. Iba talaga ang galing ng Pinoy. And, before they make more history or her story in the international football scene, let's all take this time to get to know some of them. Okay, so we have with us members of Team Filipinas. We have Kiara Fontanilla and Coach Belay Fernando. So, hi ladies, thank you for joining the room. Yes, all right. So Kiara, let's start off with you. Why did you choose to join Team Filipinas?
My family being from, especially my dad being from Baguio City, I definitely wanted to represent my heritage and the culture, and I believe by being on this football team, definitely getting that. Let's brand the heritage in the best possible way.
And I love that. It's all about the heritage and the culture. So, the Filipinas is one of the youngest teams in the SEA Games. And, Kiara, what do you think is the team's driving force?
Team's driving force, I believe, as a whole, is that we want to represent the country well and to always bring pride and honor to the country.
That's nice. As we like to say, para sa bayan, right? And now we'll move on to you, Coach Belay. How does it feel to be representing the Philippines and Summit along with Hidilyn and EJ as well?
When we just were approached by Summit after the World Cup qualification, it was such a huge honor because, ever since time immemorial, like world-class elite athletes would be the endorsers and they would be in the bottles of Summit. So it was definitely an honor, and it was just a recognition of all the success and the hard work that the team has done for maybe about a decade already, working towards this goal. So it was a huge honor.
A huge honor, not just for the current team, but just for football as a whole, right? You definitely deserve all the support that you can get, especially as you gear up for FIFA. But Coach Belay, can you tell us more about, why did you choose Summit?
Hydration is a really important part. You can ask Kiara, it's a really important part of the preparation, especially for a tournament like SEA Games. In terms of being an elite athlete, but also because particularly in football, they're playing out under the sun. It's going to be quite hot in Cambodia for the SEA Games. So hydration is really key. And Summit being having the minerals that it has and all of that. So it's a perfect partnership between the Filipinas and Summit. And of course, like I mentioned earlier, it's a brand that's been established as a firm supporter of world-class athletes because they've been around with Hidilyn and EJ for a long time. So definitely is a good partnership to have.
All right, there you have it. Thank you so much, Team Filipinas. We just heard from Kiara Fontanilla and Coach Belay Fernando. Such inspiring words from both of you on behalf of the rest of the team. And we will continue to support and pray for your journey to victory. And now we actually have with us here one of our media guests to ask a few questions to Team Filipinas. So I'd like to call on Ms. Marty Bautista, TV5 Sports Correspondent. Go ahead, Marty.
Thank you so much, Sam, and thank you to our Filipinos for taking the time here. First, since the SEA Games is already just a weeks away, can we kindly ask how the preparations are going on for the squad? Which teams are you guys eyeing out for the SEA Games campaign? And so far, how's the chemistry of the team?
With that preparation is absolutely amazing with our hydration. And for SEA Games in particular, there is no such thing as an easy game. So we're eyeing out every single team we're going to be facing, and we're definitely hoping that we're going to do better than we did last year.
All right, thank you for that. My second question would be, now that the girls have qualified for the World Cup, is there any added pressure coming into the SEA Games, especially since you want to show the other countries what the Filipinos are really made of?
Being qualified for the World Cup, obviously there is going to be a target on the World Cup, and we also want to have that Pinoy pride not only at SEA Games but also at World Cup, knowing that it is our first time to be at the World Cup, and fun to bring that honor and pride, show, hey, we're not just a small country. This is not our, yes, this is our first time, but that doesn't matter. Like, we're here to fight, we're here to win, even though it's our first time. So we're super excited for it and can't wait to be out there.
Thank you, Chiara. My last question, I'd like to ask Coach Belay. Hi, Coach Belay. I actually want to talk about, Coach, for everybody here in the Zoom meeting, Coach Belay has actually been part of the national team squad way before as a player. And I'd like to ask Coach Belay, how does it feel now to be seeing the growth of the Philippine women's national team coming into the SEA Games, qualifying for the World Cup, especially since you were a player yourself? How far this one?
Oh, thanks, Marty, for revealing my age. I mean, I always thought, like, if you look at me, like, it's not so obvious, but now she revealed this because I didn't even reach Marty anymore. Was also a player, by the way, but it's always, the point of pride for national team players, always that moment when you get to sing the national anthem, when you hear it playing, and I know everyone pretty much tears up. We even, there's moments when you're singing it so passionately and you really feel it, and it's such an honor to hear it, especially when you make it far in any tournament. So I think the main difference is before, it felt like, we would enter the tournament, our tickets would be booked already for after the group stage. They would just extend it if we make it, But now and obviously the teams, as you mentioned earlier, the teams weren't looking at us as like competition. Even though as an athlete, you always want to make sure that you enter there wanting to win, like the mindset that Kiara expressed earlier. But it just makes me so proud when we walk in or when we arrive there with full kitted out, like how it was before, full kitted out, and when the amount of support they get, just a different feeling going in there. And then you see the teams that they don't say that, yeah, Philippines has a sure win already against us. So it's just a surreal feeling that how far these girls have come in a short amount of time together. And it just fills me up with pride, and I'm the first to tear up during the national anthem whenever I see them. So yeah, it's a very humbling and gratifying experience.
Thank you so much for that, Coach Belay. Lastly, do you girls have anything to say to all the supporters of the Filipinas, especially now since sasapak na kayo sa SEA Games?
Thanks. So definitely would like to thank all of our supporters and our families for joining us on every step of our journey, and they continue in doing so, and we cannot wait to bring more pride and honor to the country and to our families, and we cannot wait to make you guys proud.
And I just want to add, I want to also thank, there are just a few group of supporters that have really been there. They call themselves Abante Filipinas, and the way they rally groups in different countries. So I think Kiara can attest that whenever we go, whatever country it is, it feels like a home game because they always rally Filipinos abroad to support us. So just seeing all those people travel from wherever they are to watch our games live we are really grateful for the support. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, girls. I'll send it back to Sam.
Thank you so much, Miss Marty Bautista, TV5 sports correspondent, and of course, to the Filipinas for being here, for sharing your amazing journey with us. We are definitely rooting for the whole team, and it's just so nice to hear, whenever athletes like the three of you talk to each other about the culture and this amazing game of football. So all the best, and we will hear from the Filipinas later on. Now, in the meantime, please continue to share this live stream and use the hashtag #ThirstForGoals. Okay, And now, as our program heats up, we are gonna pump it up with our second round of Thirst for the Winning Answer trivia game. Are you guys ready? Okay. So, our second question is, Summit natural drinking water comes from natural underground sources. Can you give at least one mineral found in Summit? Just comment your answers using the hashtag #ThirstForGold. You can see on your screens a sample format for your answer. Winners will be announced at the end of the show and will receive exciting prizes from Summit Natural Drinking Water. And now from the sport of weightlifting, we are going to move on to our next Pinoy Pride of Summit. He is tagged as the best pole vaulter not only in the Philippines, but all of Asia. He is currently ranked number 3 in the men's pole vault world rankings and is continuously making a name worldwide. I am honored to introduce to all of you once again, Pinoy Pride and Summit's brand ambassador, EJ Obiena. Let's hear more about him as he thirsts for more extraordinary triumph. EJ, thank you for joining us.
Hi guys.
All right, so EJ, I'm glad that you are with us this morning. So let's start it off with this first question. What motivates you to push yourself beyond your limits?
In my career, there's still a lot of things that I haven't achieved, and there's still a lot of things for me to aim for. To be honest, there's a lot of the things I still want to do. So that definitely is one of the things that motivates me to keep pushing forward and keep breaking my limits and going beyond what I currently can do. But also the sport that I do is just such a complex sport and technically complicated that there's a lot of different aspects that would strike curiosity to your mind as an athlete that wanna keep pushing, gonna try and improve in each little bit and experiment on this and see how far can this improvement actually be accumulated to your performance as an athlete. So it's pretty difficult to even say how do I even push it. I believe it's better how could I not push if I do have these options to improve it. I have all of these possibilities that I could experiment on, and if I don't do it, then I think my day-to-day will be so mundane that's gonna be pretty boring life.
Right, EJ, if there's one word to just, summarize your whole mentality as of the moment, it's you being relentless. So with everything that you have achieved, EJ, and the international arena, ano pa ang gustong marating ng isang pole vault sensation just like you?
There's a lot, as I said in the previous question, there's a lot of things that I still want to achieve. One of which is, the Asian champion, hopefully be world number 1 in one of these days and jump the 6-meter barrier. It's one of those things. I think the more we achieve, it gets a bit harder to push, and there's for some reason there's more reason for us to be complacent. But I think each mountain that we climb, you see another peak that you can be, or another peak that you can achieve. And I never meant to do what I'm doing now. I never imagined that I would actually win a world championship medal. I never imagined I would be the best in Asia. These are some things that I actually believed was impossible before. But as I said, it was a continuous climb. It was that's the hashtag of Summit says, it's thirst for more. The more I achieve, the more I see my possibility in my career to do something even more historic, something even more great, something more amazing for me to achieve. And that challenge in itself is having that possibility really makes me wanna go for it. Um, so from one side, there's a lot of things that I have done. I'm proud of it, but I also don't see it as a way for me to be complacent, because as much as there is a lot that I have achieved, there's still a lot that I want to do. Those things are waiting for me to fulfill and hopefully, make those dreams come true.
All right, EJ, you were talking about the next peaks, the next steps for you. So after the SEA Games, what are your plans?
It's a pretty busy year. Right after SEA Games, I think the immediate plan is to get back to training, prepare myself to the actual outdoor season that I'm going to be participating in middle of June. Then the first immediate goal is probably to qualify straight up in for the Paris 2024, which the qualification would actually start in July. So within the middle of the season, the qualification period will start. And after that, I think I'll be heading to Thailand on later part of July to compete for the Asian Athletics Championship in Pattaya, Thailand, if I'm not mistaken. Then I'll fly back again to Europe because I need to defend some points that keeps me as world number 3. Then after that, I'll be participating in Budapest for the World Championship. Then come back to Formia base and prepare and really prepare myself to the best of that I can later part of the season for the Asian Games, which would be in Hangzhou late September. It's a pretty busy year, and SEA Games is one of the competitions that I look forward to do, not because it's very important for my ranking or it's very important for me personally, but it is very important for the country. And this is what I do as a Filipino national athlete. Every time I put on that vest, I put on these flag. It's an honor to represent and such a wonderful nation of 109 million actually.
That's right, EJ. And I guess to wrap things up, our last question will be, why did you choose Summit?
I think I've been asked this, I think 4 consecutive years now. Summit has been there in Philippine sports for a very long time. Like even before I was part of Philippine sports. And I think there's a culture that Summit brings to the sport, and the way Summit supports Philippine athlete has been impeccable, to say the least. And I'm just truly proud, and it truly is an honor to represent such a brand with a rich history, connected and intertwined with Philippine sport. And hopefully Summit does continue to support Philippine sport, and I hope whatever we're doing now will be part of history. And what I mean by we is me and Summit, and all the other ambassadors of Summit, which all of us are aiming and gunning for something historic, something that would put Philippines on the map. And all of that is powered by the support that we're receiving from Summit. As I said, it truly is an honor to be part of such brand with great history, intertwined and connected to the Philippine sports. It's a no-nonsense decision to be an ambassador to such a brand.
Thank you so much, EJ, once again, for continuously bringing so much pride to the country, and for also inspiring the future young athletes to be greater versions of themselves, and like as you said, soar for greater heights, thirst for more. Once again, I'd like to invite our friends from the media and everybody who's watching our live stream to continue to share this stream using the hashtag thirst for gold. So I hope you guys are feeling amazing today, hearing from all of these amazing and inspiring athletes. We went from women's football to weightlifting to pole vault. So there's just so much things that we could be happy about, and so many things that bring pride to our country. So it's so awesome that we get to hear from them, and we have partners like Summit continue to support them as they strive for more as they thirst for more and make it far in the SEA Games. Now let's play our final game for today's press conference. I'm sure you guys all know the answer to this question, okay? So here we go. For our top Filipino athletes, what is the #1 choice of drinking water? So just comment your answers using the hashtag thirst for gold. Now take a look at your screens for the sample format for your questions. I do see some comments right here on Zoom, so don't forget to continue to, share all these amazing things, and hopefully you guys get to win, because the winners will be announced at the end of the show and will receive exciting prizes from Summit Natural Drinking Water. All right?
Mas pinag-uusapan kung ilang medalya ang naiuwi namin. Hindi kung ilang beses kaming saktan, miyaw, nauhaw.
I would like to acknowledge the presence of Hidilyn Diaz. She is here with us in the call today. Hi, Hidilyn. Kamusta naman? Alam ko na hello, Rumiang.
Nasa Japan ako ngayon.
Ay, Japan.
Yeah.
Wow. Hello. So, kamusta ka naman? Kamusta?
For training camp. Magandang umaga sa lahat.
Magandang umaga, Hidilyn. Thank you so much sa, time na sinishare ninyo with us. So, una-una, balik muna tayo sa nangyari nung Olympics. Diyan din actually sa Japan, di ba? So, parang siguro nag-flashback lahat. Siguro, ang tanong ko for you, Hidilyn, ano yung naging mga pagbabago sa buhay mo since that moment in Japan in 2020?
Ang daming nagbago. Although, para sa akin kasi after ko manalo ng silver medal ng Rio Olympics, nalaman ko na may responsibilidad kung manalo ka ng medal sa Olympics. And ngayon, iba lang yung level pag gold. Ngayon, mas kilala ka ng mga tao. Tapos paglalabas ako, parang, yan si Hidilyn Diaz yung nagbubuhat, nanalo ng gold medal. Ngayon, mas marami mas wide na yung reach ko and influence, lalo na sa mga kabataan at sa mga kababaihan, at lalong-lalo na sa mga atleta. Ngayon din, nagpakasal na, may asawa na, yun din, nagbago. Tapos kag-graduate na rin ako. And then, still, atleta pa rin, maglalaro para sa Paris 2024. Wow, maglalaro, no? Magka-qualify for Paris 2024. Ang hindi nagbago ang struggles, yung challenges and pain sa training. Pero dahil we're strive for more, thirst for more, kasi gusto nating ma-reach yung summit.
Tama. Alam mo, Hidilyn, grabe talaga ang mindset na claiming it na talaga na magpa-Paris Olympics ka ulit. So, siguro ngayon naman, Hidilyn, share mo naman ano yung mga programang nagawa o ginagawa mo up to now sa larangan ng sports, lalong-lalo na sa weightlifting.
Sa larangan ng weightlifting, after ko manalo sa Tokyo 2020 Olympics, we donated weightlifting equipment sa mga weightlifting communities, sa mga mag-build ng weightlifting communities para mas lalong ma-increase yung awareness ng weightlifting. Second, nung birthday ko, na sana next year gagawa ulit ng workshop, sports workshop na to give back sa charity. As an athlete, we need to give back to community. Kasi syempre yung weightlifting may binigay sa atin na blessings and we have to give back. Then, yung third is may weightlifting academy na kami sa Halahala. May mga grassroots athlete na rin na tinuturuan. And then yung fourth is may kasama ako ngayon na yun yung parang program namin ng asawa ko, si Coach Julius, na to give back din, na parang hindi ako lang ang maglalaro sa Olympics. Na we give chance to other athletes na you can realize your dream, you can reach also summit, you can, thirst for more. Yun yung sa akin na I will be competing in Olympics sa Paris. There's other athletes that can also realize their dream.
Napaka-selfless talaga ng isang Hidilyn Diaz na ako. At sa mga kami dito sa live stream, alam mo, 2018 pa lang, nag-uumapaw na ang support na binigay ng summit kay Hidilyn. Hidilyn, paano nakatulong ang summit sa iyo? Lalong-lalo na sa mga training. Ang summit ay nakatulong sa akin sa training since 2018, sabi nga kanina, di ba? 5 years na ako sa summit and kasama ko ang summit sa training. Kasi as an athlete, we need water to hydrate. And sobrang init sa Pilipinas, kailangan natin ang summit. And yun na, yung summit, Thirst for More, isa sa mga, alam mo yung nagbibigay sa akin ng motivation is yung values or yung rara ng summit is Thirst for More. Na ganon din ako as an athlete, na determined talaga ako to reach my dream, to reach the summit. And kasama talaga. Kasama naming mga athlete ang summit. Yun ang pinaka-importante. Hindi lang siya kasama pag nandun sa summit, kundi ang summit ay kasama ko, kasama na ibang atleta during preparation. Yun ang pinaka-important. Yan. So, Hidilyn, meron ka bang mga advice o golden advice sa mga babaeng gusto rin maging Filipina weightlifter tulad mo, at ano ang dream mo para sa sport ng weightlifting?
Sa mga kababaihan na gustong sumali sa weightlifting, huwag kayong maniwala sa mga myths na wala magkakagusto or kasi meron naman sa akin o hindi mabuntis. Ang sa akin lang is to reach the summit. Kaya nyo yan. Thirst for more, thirst to learn weightlifting, and dream high. Dream high sa sports, ang weightlifting. And ako kasi, gusto ko sa weightlifting is to really widen the sports. Sana mas lalo pang maraming makakaintindi, mas mahalin nila ang weightlifting. Once nakilala nila ang weightlifting at mapamahal nila ang weightlifting, doon nila ma-realize na when you do your best in training, you do your best in preparation, automatic na yun, or you can reach your best sa competitions. So, para sa akin, yung advice ko lang sa lahat ng mga kababaihan, try weightlifting, you can do it.
There you have it. You heard it straight from Hidilyn Diaz. Maraming salamat talaga sa hard work at sa inspiration na binibigay mo, Hidilyn, sa lahat ng mga kababaihan at sa mga lahat na gustong mag-try din ng weightlifting. So, keep on inspiring us to be greater every day. Maraming salamat at good luck sa training, Miss Hidilyn Diaz. Thank you. Okay, and now we will invite our media guests to ask some questions for you. Hidilyn, we have with us sports reporter Ivan Suwing of the Daily Tribune. So, Ivan, go ahead po.
Good morning, Hidilyn. First off, now that nakakapag-angat ka ng timbang from 55 to 59, kamusta naman yung adjustments mo so far that week?
Thank you sa tanong, Ivan. Good morning. Sa ngayon, so far, naka-recover na. Medyo mahirap kasi nga, queen ako sa 55. Sabi pa ng sports psychologist ko, magaling ka talaga sa 55. Ikaw nga ang gold medalist. Pero yun nga, pagdating sa 59, it takes really a lot of preparation, a lot of sacrifices, a lot of pain, challenges. Pero ngayon, masabi ko, nasa kalagitnaan na ako. I was able to overcome the struggles, the challenges. Not hoping, I will do my best for Paris 2024. Sa ngayon, I just have to doon muna, one step at a time.
Ano po yung prediction niyo po sa Philippine national team on this edition po nung SEA Games na this time po nagaganapin sa Cambodia?
Sa akin naman, I cannot predict kung how many medals ang mapapanalunan nila. And one thing I know, lahat ng mga Filipino weightlifters, they do their best sa training. And I know they will deliver their best for the Philippines and for the Filipino weightlifter. And alam ko rin na halos lahat sila maging medalist sa SEA Games.
And last one na lang po from me. Your first stop off on your road to Paris will be yung qualifiers dyan sa South Korea. So, ano po yung goal niyo po doon apart from getting those qualifying points po for Paris?
Sa ngayon, yung goal ko is to, what I told earlier, is to step there at masabi ko, eto na yung start ng 59 ko. Eto na talaga yung first competition ko na nasa 59 ako. Kasi sa ngayon, I just have to really gain the confidence na kaya ko, na yung gain the confidence na nandun yung technique, nandun yung lakas, then eventually nandun na yung strength. So I cannot give numbers. One thing I know, one thing the team knows, we prepare for this first 59 competition ko na maglalaro ako sa 59 categories. So we're prepared, and ayun, the numbers will be good. The numbers will be good, pero hindi pa siya ganon sa competitive level ng 59. Yun yung masasabi ko. So my numbers is good, but hindi pa siya masyadong competitive. So, kasi ganitong, nasa first level pa lang ako na maglalaro sa 59.
Again, thank you po sa oras, Ma'am Hidilyn, and we wish you good luck po dyan sa training cup sa Japan and to your future competitions leading to the Paris Olympics.
Thank you so much po.
Guys, thank you so much, Mr. Ivan Suing from Daily Tribune, for participating with us this morning. And Hidilyn, we will hear more from you later. So relax muna dyan sa Japan, and we'll get back to you later on. Maraming salamat, Hidilyn. At isa nga sa na-inspire ni Hidilyn to thirst for more golden achievements is this 18-year-old Filipino weightlifter from Bohol. She placed 5th at the 2021 World Championship and bagged 2 gold medals and 1 silver medal in the 2021 Asian Weightlifting Championships. She also won 3 gold medals at the 2022 Asian South and Junior Weightlifting Championships. Let's all clap our hands and raise our hands to this young Boholana, Miss Vanessa Sarno.
Opo, magandang araw po sa inyong lahat.
Okay, so Vanessa, paano ka na-inspire ni Hidilyn sa iyong weightlifting journey?
So, sa weightlifting journey ko po, inspiration ko po talaga sa Ate Heidi. Na-inspire niya po ako sa determination niya po sa na manalo. Mentality niya po, yung paano siya mag-focus, yung grabe po yung focus niya. Pag dating na po sa stage, yung sa laro, yung pag nakita ko po sa Ate Heidi sa game niya po, like, iba po siya. Kasi pag sinabi niya po na mananalo siya, mananalo po talaga siya. Kasi doon sinabi niya po na mag-gold siya sa Olympics. Yun yung goal niya. Tapos nakuha niya po. Doon po nasabi, gusto ko po maging kagaya ni ate. Gusto ko yung ganun. Gusto ko maging ganun yung mentality ko. Gusto ko maging ganun grabe yung determination ko na manalo. Yung mapapasabi ako na gusto ko makuha to at makukuha ko rin po. Like, gusto ko din maging Hidilyn Diaz po someday. Before po kasi noon, it's like parang nagda-doubt po ako sa sarili ko. Na hindi ko na kaya, hindi ko ata kaya maglaro ng SEA Games, ganun po. At nakausap ko po si Ate Heidi, like parang nire-remind niya po ako doon na isipin rin mo akong bakit ako andito, bakit ko to ginusto, bakit ko to ginagawa, para saan, bakit ko to inumpisahan. Parang ganun po yung sinasabi niya sa akin. Ang naisip ko po yung family ko po. Sabi din at Heidi, isipin mo yung family mo po. Yung parang nagda-doubt ko na sa sarili mo. Like, yung malapit ka na mag-give up. Sabi na, isipin mo yung family mo. Kasi sila yung naging inspiration mo sa weekly. Kaya sila yung isipin mo para maging mas ma-motivate ka lalo.
So, Vanessa, second question naman, paano mo pinaghahandaan ang nalalapit na SEA Games sa Cambodia?
Sa ngayon po, yung SEA Games po is pinaghahandaan ko po kasi may dalawang competition po kasi sasalihan ko, which is yung Asian pati yung SEA Games. Importante po yan siya sa akin both. So yung SEA Games po, pinaprepare ko po yung mental ko po din po. Tsaka yung physical health ko rin po. Ina-avoid ko po yung injuries kasi sa after game po kasi ng Asian, diretso po kami sa SEA Games. Kaya mas lalong iniingatan ko po yung sarili ko po na ma-avoid yung injuries para sa laro ng SEA Games po, it's okay po yung performance ko po. So far po ngayon po, nasa training po, ano naman po, like, nasa peak na po kami ngayon. Parang nasa 90%, naging consistent lang po ako ngayon sa 90% po sa record ko po. Kaya, ayun po, parang handa po ako na lumaban po sa SEA Games. Kaya malaking tulong po yung summit po sa akin to keep me hydrated po sa training ko po, during training time ko po. Kasi pahirapan na po palapit na po yung laro. Tsaka, pabigat na rin po yung binuhat namin po.
At maraming salamat, Miss Vanessa Sarno, the pride of Bohol. So in the meantime, the summit team is filtering out all of the questions that you have for our amazing athletes. Our athletes, you could, chill for a bit and, continue to just, enjoy this amazing program that we are having. So actually, at this point, we have a big surprise. So none of our guests, none of the athletes actually have seen this, I believe. And right now, I would like to, finally reveal a secret from Summit Natural Drinking Water. So for more than a decade, Summit has been in full support for our top Filipino athletes in their sporting journey as the official hydration partner and will continue to make a lifelong commitment to reinforce our Filipino delegates in their quest to reach their summits in life. So as we heard from EJ Obiena, Hidilyn Diaz, Kiara Fontanilla, Belay Fernando, and the rest of our amazing athletes, Vanessa Sarno as well, we are now going to take this time to have a glimpse on how Summit walks together with our athletes on the road to victory. Let's all watch the new TVC of Summit Natural Drinking Water.
May mga choices na humuhubog sa atin.
The team you choose.
The choice to raise the bar. Choose to be greater with Summit Natural Drinking Water.
Aming drinking water of choice na nakakatulong
To refresh us with the right hydration and replenish us with the right minerals.
Choose to be greater. Summit Natural Drinking Water. Thirst for more.
Whoa, that was so amazing. I mean, I am absolutely hyped. After seeing that Summit TVC, again, it just debuted right before our very eyes. And I'm sure you can all attest how important Summit is in, playing such a huge role in our Filipino athletes' milestones in life, on and off their field, wherever they may be. And that's why our top Filipino athletes choose to be greater with Summit Natural Drinking Water. Again, before we wrap things up, we do have some final questions, I believe, from our media guests. I think the Summit team has already compiled a few questions that we have for any of our athletes. Do let us know if we can start rolling them as well. So we do have one here. I'll go ahead and read the question from Neil Victor Masoy from the Manila Times. So the question goes to you, Kiara Fontanilla from the Filipinas. So how is the preparation for the SEA Games And how do you like the team's chances of matching the team's last year's bronze finish or even surpassing that? Go ahead, Kiara.
Hi, so we're definitely well prepared to get better than our bronze finish from last year. We definitely want to improve on that. For us, moving from the qualifiers back from last month, we are definitely getting prepared. That was a really good preparation for us for SEA Games. So we are really excited to move on from the Olympic qualifiers into SEA Games in hopes of getting better than a bronze, because we definitely want to still bring that pride and honor to the country. And we're super excited that Summit is helping us with this preparation with our hydration, because as Belay mentioned, it is going to be really hot in Cambodia. So we're really excited and we're super prepared to make everyone proud.
I mean, why settle for bronze, right? You heard it from Kiara. She is going for the gold. And so are the rest of our Filipinas. So thank you so much for your question, Neil, and to Kiara for answering. Now up next, we go to Miss Hidilyn Diaz Naranjo. Ang question ay galing sa GV Southern Luzon Jocks. Okay? So ang tanong para kay Miss Hidilyn, paano mo na-handle yung pressure? Nagpa-practice ka ba ng meditation to help deal with it?
Yeah, medyo mahirap i-handle yung pressure and expectation. Na-handle ko ito by doing yoga, and then my sports psychologist din ako kasi hindi ko kaya na ako lang baka to handle the stress and the pressure, yung expectation, hindi kaya ng isang atleta lang. They need people behind them.
Ayan. So, it really takes a village, no, Hidilyn, para ma-pull off lahat ng mga summit na gusto nating puntahan. Pero maraming salamat to everybody who participated in this morning's press conference, to our live stream audience, brand representatives, media guests, sports committee, and of course, our Pinoy pride. We have Hidilyn Diaz Naranjo, EJ Obiena, Vanessa Sarno, and the Filipinas, as represented by Kiara Fontanilla and Coach Belay Fernando. You will give us more reasons to be prouder as Filipinos, as a nation. Kaya naman, kasama ang summit, patuloy din kaming magdarasal at sumusuporta sa inyong journey to victory. Once again, I am Sam Corrales, leaving you a message. Always choose to be greater. Thank you so much, everybody. Have an amazing day, and we'll see you again next time. Thank you.
Choose a water that helps refresh and replenish you. Summit Natural Drinking Water. Thirst for more.